Hello, everybody. Welcome to Conversations with Chike Evans. This evening, I'm talking to R&B sensational platinum selling group Coffee Brown. We're just waiting for them to join the live, and then we're going to dive right on in. I hope everybody's all right. Oh, Mr. Carter's in the building. Hey, Mr. Carter. Kai, what's up with you, man? Kai, I haven't forgot about you, man. You are still on my list. If you don't know who Kai is, Kai Rusaw is one of the dopest producers, musicians out here. He's lended his brain, pen, hand skills to some of the hottest music you've listened to. We're just waiting for Coffee Brown to join. Hope everybody's doing all right on this Thursday evening. Let's see who else is in here. Looks like Coffee Brown is in the building. Let's see. Hi,
Hello.
V.
How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm very blessed. How about you?
I'm doing the same. Thank you for asking.
Absolutely. We're just waiting for Ryan.
Yeah, he's coming.
Okay.
Let me clean my own.
You look pretty.
Thank you very much, sir.
Hold on one second. All right. Hold on. I think he's here. He's here.
I'm here.
What's up, Mr. Ryan?
What's up? What's up? How are you?
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Hey, B.
Hey.
All right. So let's get started.
Yeah.
Ryan, to be fair, the beginning part of the interview probably more
It's
V heavy because we're
cool.
going to
It's
start
cool.
from the
It's cool.
beginning.
I got you. I
All
got you.
right.
I love hearing about it as well. So do your thing.
Okay, V. We're going to start from the beginning.
Okay.
Tell me how Coffee Brown was conceived.
Coffee Brown was conceived. I auditioned for KG
Mm-hmm.
to be a solo artist. Not knowing that Fonz was anywhere in the making or in the midst. I believe that he was trying to be a solo artist as well.
Okay.
And then we went to Arista to, everybody went to audition to sing, you know what I mean, to show Arista what we had, all of that stuff. We went with Divine Mill, which is, we were signed to KG
Okay.
via Arista. So
Okay.
when we went in, I sung, next song, Fawn sung, and once we finished singing, Clive said, let's see those two sing together."
Hmm.
And me and Fawn sung together, and that's the way we became Coffee Brown.
Wow.
Yeah,
Never knew that. Never
yeah,
knew that.
yeah.
So obviously, Mr. Davis heard and saw something in you both
Yes,
that picked his ear. Wow.
absolutely,
Wow.
absolutely.
Did
Yeah.
he ever clue you in on what it was that he was looking for or that piqued his interest?
Well, I know that he said that. What's the group? Tammy Terrell and
Mm.
what's the
Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
no, no, no,
I
no,
mean,
Yeah.
no. It wasn't. No, Tammy
what's her
Terrell
name?
and oh my God, what's the group? It was a duo. Anyway,
You're educating me.
It
yeah,
was a
it's a
male
group.
and female
It
duo,
was a
though. Yeah,
female,
yeah.
male and female duo.
Okay.
Hmm.
So anyway, he said that he wanted to recreate that. You
Oh,
know.
Okay.
Yeah, and so that's what we did. Yeah.
And I'm just thinking up until that point, I don't think that we hadn't had that in a
Right.
while up
It
until
was a
that
long, long
point.
time.
Right.
Yeah, it was a long time.
Right.
Did you notice the song "Heaven Must Have Sent You from Above"?
Yes. Yeah,
That
yeah.
those two people.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you two get fused together
Yes,
and, and you start recording
yes,
and, and you create this wonderful project
yes.
and it takes
And it
off.
took
How,
off
how are you feeling at that point?
like this. That's how I was feeling. Like yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
So
obviously,
happy, so blessed.
I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Obviously, before that point, you were already talented, but had you utilized your gift in that capacity before that point?
Oh yes, I
Okay.
worked with I traveled with Aaron Hall doing background for Aaron Hall.
Wow. Okay.
I went from Aaron Hall to Mary, from Mary to Faith. Yeah, I was working.
That's my baby boo. Shout out to Fizzy.
Yeah,
um,
I was working.
so, but at this point, because it's just you, it's in a different capacity, right? So now you're
Absolutely.
doing, okay. So how does it feel to go from being in the background to now being in the foreground?
It felt wonderful because that's what I wanted to do anyway. And
Absolutely.
so it felt wonderful to be able to entertain the people. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? To be able to
Mm-hmm.
be out front. When I was with Mary, the entire time I traveled with her, I used to do her sound check because sometimes she
Okay.
wouldn't make it for sound check. And so it felt good doing that. So I'm like, yes, this is I can do this. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
so
yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
What an awesome resume. So
Thank you.
now you're traveling around,
Mm-hmm.
performing for Coffee Brown. I know it feels exciting to hear your song on the radio and it's going up the charts.
Right.
And, people, are they recognizing you on the street and stuff at this
They
point?
are to the point where I'm like, please stop yelling. It's not that serious. It's not that serious, guys. Yeah, it was a real experience. It was a
Yeah.
real experience. You would walk through the airport, he was getting that. If you once you got out of the car from going into an arena, or they used to wait at the hotels, it
Mm.
was it was something. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And to be fair, at that time span in R&B music, it was like everybody was a rock star because music
Absolutely.
was so great at that point in time.
Yep.
I think everybody that came out of the box during those years, they took off because there was this love and need and desire for R&B music.
That's true.
Absolutely. I agree with you
Yeah.
1000%. Yep.
So everything's wonderful. Now take me to the point where things slow down and then you two separate.
Everything is wonderful. The whole time, let me say this, the whole time we toured, I
Hmm.
had an incredible, incredible time. I enjoyed it. I love, like I said, entertaining the people. I love doing the interviews. I love taking pictures. I wanted the life. I wanted that life. You know what I mean? So there was no there was nothing that I did not like. I knew what came with working because I watched the artists that I sung behind work. So I
Right.
knew what it took to work and when you couldn't sleep and all of those things. So there was no bad experience for me the whole entire time we were touring. The bad experience came when we did our last show, and Fonz decided he no longer wanted to do it. He didn't have the same experience as I, you
Mm.
know. His experience was completely different from mine. And so once he decided he did no longer want to travel or sing or any of that, that's when it became horrible, like a death for me, you
Mm.
know. That's when it was no longer fun for me because I had this person that I build this career with,
Hmm.
studio, everything, and then just like that, It was over.
And what where are you mentally at this point? Like when that abrupt stop, like when you have to like shift gears and change like that.
I was horrified. I was devastated. Like I said, it was like a death. It was like, oh my God, what is going on? I wanted to work. I wanted to continue to work and record and travel and entertain, and that wasn't happening.
Yeah.
It wasn't happening. Yeah,
I actually like talking about this type of stuff with artists because I don't think your masses understand or they don't configure that this is your job. This is work. This is
absolutely,
your livelihood. It's fun and
absolutely,
it's beautiful and it's glamorous at points, but the base of it, this is your job.
Yeah.
absolutely.
And when you can't work and you can't do the thing that you love, it affects your life.
It
So what
does.
happens after you stop? What happens to V then?
Oh, V went into a depression, um, and then life, just trying to figure it out, trying to figure out what
Hmm.
I was going to do next. I even started working a 9 to 5, you
Wow.
know. Yeah, I started to work a 9 to 5, and even than that, like, I never forget I was on the job that I was on, and a coworker of mine, why I don't know, Googled me.
Mm.
And after party came up when he Googled me.
Wow.
And so he calls me over. Oh my God, I said, if you tell anybody, I'll kill you.
Mm.
Yeah. So it was those type of things, because then now you have people whispering,
Yeah,
and so yeah, it was a tough time. It was a tough time. But I say today that everything happens for a reason.
that part.
And I feel like God puts you in a place where when you're ready, you're ready. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Yeah. And unfortunately, this type of story happens a lot. Like one of my
absolutely.
good buddies is Dawn Robinson from In Vogue, and
Yeah.
she's in the same boat. And that group was huge, but
Yes.
the turn of life.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so Coffee Brown is in hiatus at this point.
Yeah.
And what's happening behind the scenes to arrive to where we are now? How did you get to here?
So in like 2017, a mutual friend of ours, Freeze, who's our road manager, he started calling me saying, "Listen, I think that you should start singing again," along with someone else that we were connected to. Was saying you should start singing. So, I was doing some stuff by myself, recording, things of that
Mm-hmm.
nature. And then London called, and they wanted Coffee Brown to come to London. So the
Mm-hmm.
same person, Free, says, "I think I have the right person for you. I want you to meet him." And so I believe that um, me and Ryan had a conversation over the phone, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. We had a conversation over, we hadn't even met each other. But this
Mm.
how determined I was, like, listen, we're gonna do this,
Yeah.
right? We had never set eyes on each other, and never really heard him sing.
Mhm.
But I was just trusting God, like, listen, we're going to London.
To London.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna take him to London with me. And if I have to sing over him, we're going. And so, but then COVID hit, and
Mm.
that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we didn't make it.
All right. So now I'm switching over to you, Mr. Ryan. Tell
Yes.
me a little bit
Yes.
about your background.
All right, so I am a singer-songwriter from New York. I literally have been doing this my whole life. I know that's the most cliche thing to say, but I really have been at this my whole life. Um, I was in the Harlem Boys Choir. I grew up in the Harlem Boys Choir, actually. Been able to tour all over the world, perform with huge artists on TV, the whole shebang. After I graduated from the Harlem Boys Choir, I was in a boy group that was signed to Capitol Records. We was on there for a few years. We recorded our album, was traveling, doing the whole thing. We got dropped because once again, being in a group, there's people who really, really want this, and there's people who's like, I get my first check and I'm out. Or, we have to all be on the same page at all times, which is what I
Absolutely.
learned about being in a group. But at that time, unfortunately, we were not on the same page, and we ended up getting dropped from the label. And I just kept going. So I just kept performing, kept writing, kept doing my thing. And then years later, linked up with KG and really got like the gist of all the artists that he's worked with and stuff like that. And then as V said, got the phone call as well, and then everything just kind of worked. It just all just fell into place, to be honest.
So before that point, were you familiar with Coffee Brown and their work?
Absolutely. Hell yes. First of all, the song has been playing all our lives. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I heard this song the other day, and every time I hear it randomly, I'm like, God, I hear you. I hear you. It's like it really plays all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yes, I was a huge fan of Coffee Brown, and I remember seeing the video when I was much younger and saying like, damn, like I want that. I want like, black people looking good, they fly, they like I wanted to be in that video. So
Yeah.
absolutely I knew exactly who Coffee Brown was.
Yeah. And it's something I will say this. Your whole movement, Coffee Brown, has been wonderful, but it's something about that after party. It just hits different, and it reminds me of feel good, black empowerment, youthfulness.
Yeah.
I guess all your dreams and hopes can come true because during that time period, it was just really great.
Yeah.
Like socially, everything was fine. It wasn't,
Yeah.
what's going on now.
Right.
And that song takes you back to that point in time. I
Mhm.
can almost like smell the incense from back then.
The cool fees, right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, do you do an audition?
Um, it felt like an audition to me. I don't know how V took it,
Well,
but I was
Miss
definitely
B says that no matter what, you was going, regardless.
right.
He was
I
going
mean,
to
like
work.
the first time we met, like in person, I just was like, I want to make sure I look the part, I sound good. I just was like, how you are with any audition, like, you like I wanted to make sure I was her only option. You know what I'm
Yeah, so
saying?
it wasn't quote unquote an audition, but I did tell him sing something. I want to hear
Yeah,
you sing
Hmm.
something, and then
right.
I wanted us to sing together. So yeah,
And then after we sung together, we just blend out like our vibe. We just
right.
that our blend was really dope. Like the first time we did it.
Hmm.
So from there, it was like, all right, cool. Like I was good after that. I left there very happy.
That's because it was ordained. It was
There
supposed to
you
be.
have it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Yep.
So, what was your first gig together?
Germany.
Germany.
What was that like? Talk to me about it.
It was incredible.
Germany was
It
amazing.
was amazing. It was like that place. I think like held like 30, like 3,500. I think they said 3,000, four
It
thousand
was
people,
a lot
Hmm.
of
and the
people.
place was packed from wall to wall to wall.
Hmm.
Right. It was just incredible. It again, that was my first time back on stage. First
Hmm.
time on stage with Ryan. It was right, Ryan. It was
Absolutely,
you.
yeah. I think my favorite part about it was like leading up to it. Like, look, I believe in artists doing what they need to. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
really did the damn thing. Like we was in rehearsals, both traveling to get to where we needed to. We got our outfits together. We got
Right.
our background for the screen in the
Yes,
back
we
together. We got our
did.
music together. We really did everything on our own. So I was just so proud of us. Like, wow. And now we're in Germany on this balcony eating breakfast and overlooking. It was amazing.
And the
It
people
was
going,
really,
Coffee
really dope.
Brown, Coffee Brown.
They
We
loved
love
us.
you, Coffee
Yeah, it
Brown.
was dope.
Yeah.
So they say that overseas they love R&B music probably greater than they do here.
They do.
Can either one of you chime in and talk to me about that a little bit? What your experience of it is?
They treat you like rock stars
Well,
Mm-hmm.
overseas. They know, even they can't speak English, but they
But they
can
know the
sing every piece of your song from beginning to
yeah.
end. They
I
know
love it.
all the lyrics. They're singing with you. They're pointing at you. They're loving on you.
Buying you
Like they
bottles. They
really,
bought us bottles and everything.
yeah, they loving on you. They're loving on. They're asking for
Mm-hmm.
pictures. It's like it's incredible. It's a whole different. Well, no, because when we performed here, the vibe was great here, but they just love you. It's
Yeah.
mind
Hmm.
blowing because they don't really speak English, but they can literally, they know every last one of the words to all the songs that we sung.
Even the
I love it.
album cuts,
Yeah.
like that they knew the words. I was looking like,
Yeah,
wow,
they knew
like they
all
know
the
the words
words
better
to
than me.
every last one of the songs that we sung. They knew all the words.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So that was your first performance,
Yeah.
and at that point, when you start performing, did you already know that you were going to start a new project together? Was
Oh,
that always
yes,
Yes.
the goal?
Yeah.
Okay.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. And talk to me about that.
It's going
Music is
great.
going really, really good. It's going
Yeah,
really, really
that's
good.
that's
Like,
awesome. Yeah, go ahead, Ryan.
yeah, yeah. I was just saying it's going really good. You know, we've been playing with a lot of new different sounds and all of that, but we're still keeping the core of what Coffee Brown is about, which
Hmm.
is love, relationships, and as you mentioned, a feel good and a good time. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
Right.
it's going really good. We are definitely doing the damn thing.
Like
Yeah.
even just now, without going into deep in music with you two, I already see that you have a chemistry. So I can't wait to hear like the project when it comes out because I can see that you two are meshing very
Oh,
well.
Yeah.
so much fun
Yeah.
together.
And that's the great part about it. That for me, I was worried about like, okay, are me and this guy gonna vibe? Are we gonna work, be able to work well together?
Hmm.
You know, but it came easy. It came so easy. It was like we knew each other for years.
Hmm.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, it was so
Yeah.
easy.
And so, are you both writing or and producing? Like, tell me the parameters. Tell me what's going on.
Yeah, we are both writing.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we are working with KG,
Mm-hmm.
80 and the Tramp, of course. We are also working with the rookies. So
Mm-hmm.
we're working with a few different producers, but yes,
A
we are writing on the
arranging, all of that.
arranging and doing all of that. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, a bunch of it is really from just us talking and our conversations about just love and relationships and where we are and our friends talking and the things we hear on
Right.
TV or what podcast we talking about. We are definitely like staying in tune with what's going on, you know?
Right. Right.
And I would be remiss if I didn't shout out the legendary KG. We brought up his name a few times, but KG's like a legend in this industry.
Yes, he
If
is.
you don't know who KG is, if you know who Naughty by Nature is, he is the producer and DJ of Naughty by Nature.
Yeah.
Google him and check him out and see his lineage of artists and music. Check him out.
Absolutely.
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 Yes.
And so you guys had a viral moment before you even stepped back out. After
Right.
Party was playing with Miss Chris Jenner, and she kind of blew the song up yet
That's
again.
Right.
Um,
crazy,
what
right?
was it? She was leaving the Beyonce concert, right?
She
Right.
was.
And she was like bopping to the song, and it became this viral moment. What does that feel like?
Oh my God, you know what that felt like. I was shouting like, thank you, Jesus.
It was so dope, man. It was so dope. Like even earlier on, like I got a random message one day, like, and it was like, Chris Jenner passed out in the back seat jamming an after party.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, there has to be a video somewhere. So I just go diving on TikTok and putting the hashtags. And when I saw, I just was like, yo, I called V like, this is insane. Are you seeing this right now? And
And I
like,
started yelling like,
it was just so crazy and unbelievable, but it just really goes to show you like what type of song it is. Like it just makes
absolutely.
you feel good. Like it was amazing. It was amazing.
Mind you, the
Absolutely.
song is like 20 something, like 23 years old now.
Hmm.
But that speaks to its magnificence, right?
Absolutely.
The fact that it still hits the way that initially hit, right?
Absolutely.
And then it has the longevity.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And even the dances and the things people are doing on TikTok. Like I called V one day. I was like, "Yo, you're a whole star out here," and she had no idea. I'm like, "V,
I
there's
said, yeah.
millions of videos of you, and you got a little fur coat doing your thing." Like, it's just really amazing, like to actually see the whole process and what's going on, because like it just goes to show that people just love good
Right.
music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna jump to you, V, and then I'm gonna come to you, Ryan.
Absolutely.
Oh, we got the legendary Miss Melba Moore is in the building.
Hey.
Real quick, Miss Melba Moore, I saw your interview on Sherry Shepherd. Great work. Great
I
work.
love you, Miss Moore.
Hey, legend. Love that.
So, with that being said, with the legend in here, V, who are you listening to and who inspires you?
Well, who inspires me? I would say right now, because I love singers, right? I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
love all kinds of music, but I love people that can sing. And so I love Jasmine Sullivan. I love Fantasia. I love Beyonce. She can sing
Mm-hmm.
down, but what's the other girl name? For some reason, it's something about SZA that I love as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's the just the natural vibe about her. I love her as well. I love what's his name? God, what is his name? I just said he was going on tour.
Lucky Day.
Yes, I love Lucky Day. Yeah, I love people that can
Yeah.
sing. I'm not knocking anybody else. I'm talking about that because like sing with no Pro Tools,
Right.
nothing behind them and just
Yeah.
sing. Yeah.
I,
So that's who
I'm a fan of Lucky Day as well because I think that he has tapped into something of yesterday, but he
and
has added something for the future as
right,
well.
Absolutely.
right,
Yep.
Yeah.
right. I
Yeah.
agree with you wholeheartedly. Absolutely,
Yeah.
wholeheartedly. So that's who I love. That's now. I mean, of course, I grew up on Shaka Khan, Patti LaBelle, Miss
Mm-hmm.
Moore,
Mm-hmm.
all of the greats, all of the greats. Aretha
Yeah.
Franklin, Phoebe Snow, all those people. Yeah.
So since you said all that, before I jump to Ryan, I would like to hear your thoughts on that being a dying art form of people actually being able to stand there and flat foot sing like that and deliver.
Hmm.
Well, listen.
And the reason that I'm asking, right, is because, okay, you're in the industry,
Hmm.
you're a flat foot singer, right? You know what
Absolutely.
you like, you know what
Hmm.
inspires you, you know what it takes for longevity to be successful in this business.
Uh-huh.
Where do you see this going if it continues the way that it's going?
I feel like I feel like whew, let me make sure I say this right. I feel like everyone sounds the same
Mm,
right now, which is not good for longevity of a career, right?
mm-hmm.
Because when when you come into it, people's supposed to be able to say, "Oh, I know that's V singing," or
Mm-hmm.
I know that's Ryan's style," or whomever,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
That way you can collect your own fans, right? And they ride with you for forever
Yeah.
because you have established yourself as an artist with your own style, with your own sound, and so, that's what we need to get back to. That's what I would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, and I'm with it. And I think that also too, from a musician standpoint,
Mhm.
I think real musicians love to deal with real singers
Right.
Mm-hmm.
because as I'm not a musician by any means, but I have great musical appreciation, and I've had music theory and all that, and I was in choirs and all that, so I know a
Hmm.
little bit about something.
Hmm.
It's that synergy that happens when
Right.
you're live, and
Right.
that spontaneity that only true musicians
Yes.
can have with one
Yes.
another,
Right.
and it's not manufactured.
Right.
You
Yes.
can't make that stuff
Yes.
up,
Right.
and that's the magic. That's where the magic
Right.
is.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing, now that you said that, and you or the musician, the person that's playing or the person that's singing, if you wanted to take it somewhere else, that musician knows how to
Already
follow
knows
you.
exactly.
Or if the musician wants to take it somewhere else,
You
the
know how
singer knows
to
how to
get there.
follow. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I
That
mean?
part.
Yeah.
So I
That
agree
part.
with you 1000%.
Yeah.
That part. Mr.
Yeah.
Ryan, how about you? Who's inspiring you?
Oh, so honestly, everybody who y'all said is like my favorites. I'm a music junkie as well, so I listen to everything and everyone. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Definitely before the whole Beyonce movement of country, I've always loved country music. Love Shania Twain is one of my
Mm-hmm.
favorites. I love India Ari.
Oh
I'm gonna name
yeah.
people I'm gonna name people we haven't named yet. India, of course. I love Joe.
Absolutely.
Um, Brian McKnight is
Mm-hmm.
still one of my favorite voices. I'm great. It's a few people. I'm just a huge fan of music, so I listen to everybody. But everybody who we spoke about, of course, Brandy is at the top of my list. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm inspired by everybody, honestly.
And what's your whole take on manufactured versus homegrown?
You know, I feel the exact same way. I feel like in this time we have been accepting mediocreness in the world.
Mm,
Like who are lazy. For example, I was thinking about this the other day. Like, do artists still jog on the treadmill and sing? Because I don't think they do. I
mm,
feel like people are just throwing out a song and it's all this auto tune. And look, I do love the mechanics and the Pro Tools and things, but like there comes a time where you're gonna have to do that live
mm,
and
mm,
can't play that track and lip and do all of that stuff. So I definitely think that we should get back to the flat footed, being able to just wail. V
mm,
impressed me all the time.
mm,
But we was actually in the studio today, and I said to myself, I'm like, yo, like V is a singer. Like there's girls who have a nice vibe and like a great tone, but we need to definitely bring back the voice.
mhm,
Like the people who were born and raised in the church who just blessed with an anointing. I know people
mhm.
who were just touched by God. Like, whoa, you can sing. You know what I'm saying? It's a few of those people still around, but I really do hope that we get back to, the music
Yeah,
and the art
yeah,
form, you know what I'm saying? Because
yeah.
it's definitely watered down right now for sure.
Right. So let's talk a little bit about. I think V, you may know more because you were in the industry, um, thriving at the point in time when R&B was making R&B money.
Uh-huh.
And here we are now. It's cool, but it's not what it was.
Yeah.
Can you talk a
Absolutely
little bit
not.
about that?
Well, yeah, I was at that and when we were making money and being creative and all of those things, absolutely. Times have definitely changed. Most
Mm-hmm.
definitely. The coins is not the same, okay? Um and you And you gotta work hard. You gotta work hard. You gotta have people in your space to negotiate for you, because
Mm-hmm.
the first of all is so, this genre is so full, right?
Mm-hmm.
So many artists, so many people loving these artists, and so many people not really, they're more in tune with what's hot for the moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
um, Radio has a tendency of hypnosis. They continue
Mm-hmm.
to play it over and over again, and in the beginning you say, "Oh, I don't like this," but then before you know it,
Right.
you know, and so those people, those are the people that get those shows, get in those big arenas, and they
Mm-hmm.
make real money. But then there's other artists that are doing theaters and clubs, and so it's a grand, it's different on two ends of the spectrum.
Right.
Yeah, so you have to keep hustling till you get where you want to get, but it's completely different. It's totally different.
Yeah.
Nice. Ryan, you want to add in on that?
Yes, I totally agree with her. Because I remember back in the day, I feel like these days you do have to hustle. You got to make TikToks. You got to stay relevant. You got to make reels. You got to be on top of it. I remember hearing back in the day that Tony Braxton was found in a gas station. So,
Yeah.
those things were the dream where, like, you out here looking around. These days you got to DM people and, make it happen for yourself and go viral. So it is
Yeah.
totally different. But, we are still doing a little bit of both, a little bit of old school, a little bit of new school, and doing what we do. So yeah.
So I'm gonna put you both on the spot, and both of you can chime in. How do you see that can flip? What could happen that could change that?
Oh, wow. Whew. I don't know if
Oh
that will ever change.
no.
I don't think it'll ever change. I think that I don't know. I mean, I'm very skeptical about that. I don't know if that could change,
Hmm.
because it's been going on for a while now, right? And
Okay.
so are they really going to flip it back to the way that it used to be? I know that the music is flipping back, right?
Mm-hmm.
People wanting to hear more R&B, more singers,
Mm-hmm.
I know that part of it, but I don't know about the other part of it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think, Ryan? I don't know.
I think with it just being more people, as we mentioned earlier, with it being just a lot more people,
Yeah.
I am here for everybody making their art and doing what they feel they have to express themselves. But I don't I don't know if it's gonna change. In my opinion, it's just getting harder.
Right.
It's just getting harder where you just have to just do more work, do more content, record more songs,
Yeah.
and like, but we are built for that. So yeah.
Uh, so, and I agree with Mr. Ulysses Carter. He said that the music industry is a different beast now, and the industry actually controls the flow of the music and
Right.
actually the music that we hear,
Right.
because they're the gatekeepers, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that if I had to add into it, I think that the key to it all probably would be the live performances. The
Well,
live
yeah.
performances would be the thing that would change and make the difference, because the the cookie cutter stuff is synonymous with being single driven. But the artists that are like the flat footers, we can call them that, the flat footers are more inept to make projects,
Right.
solid projects,
I
Yeah.
agree. I
because
agree.
they're about the art of it all, not just getting a single out for the cash.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I think that if we could find a way to market solid projects, whole projects, concept albums, I think we could probably slide it, maybe not back to where we were, but at least it could be something different than what it is now.
Yeah.
Because people don't even make solid albums anymore.
No.
They don't. They
Nope.
don't.
Mm-mm. They do not. They do not. I do agree with you in reference to the flat-footed singers and it being not just for the moment, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that, but again, I don't know. I don't know if that will ever go back to the way it used to be. It would be a
Yeah.
blessing if it did,
Sure,
but
we salute Coffee Brown.
And
yeah.
Lord.
tour idea, if anybody's listening, you can say you heard it here. Flat-footed singers tour. Flat-footed singers tour.
There'll be some good old singing on that tour.
That might almost be like a church revival.
I know, right? Shoot, I tear it down then. If it's church, they'd be like, "Oh my God, look at me!"
Right. Flat footed. Saying.
She's showing off.
Absolutely.
Oh man. So do we have a name for the project yet?
We do
No,
not have a name as of yet.
not as
No.
of yet. No,
I
no,
love
no, no, no.
that. I love that I caught you at this stage.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
shout out to Mr. Ulysses Carter for reaching out to me because I love having these kind of conversations. You guys are one of my favorite. Ryan, I'm so happy for you that you've become a part
Thank
of
you.
this legendary group.
Thank you so
And
much.
what has it been for you to be, immersed into this and you kind of walk into this already existing cult classic?
You know what? It's and I talk about this every time. It's actually been really dope because on top of me being able to bring what I bring
Hmm.
to the group, I'm learning a lot as well. It's just a lot of fun. And V and I, we as I mentioned before, when I say we laugh, we cry, we pray, we on the phone talk about what's for dinner, but what we wear the next show. It just really has been really, really, really nice. So I'm really loving it, and I'm happy that I can bring what I've learned in the industry and being in the group and everything I do as far as like being a stylist or a writer. It's just really, really dope that I could just be me and still do what I love to do. So it's dope. I love it.
Very, very nice. Very nice. When you guys come to the Philly area, please don't forget about me. I
Oh,
like all the
Absolutely
absolutely.
parties.
not.
I want to come backstage. I want to hug and shake hands and all that stuff.
Absolutely.
I really soak that kind of stuff up.
And you
So
want some
definitely.
good food from Philly too. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
I'll tell you where to go. I'll
yeah,
tell you where to go.
Okay.
absolutely.
So there's this thing that I do with my guests, and I've been doing it for some time now, and it actually has weight and merit to it. And
Okay,
so, what I get my guests to do is to manifest something and put something out in the universe. Um, and I will say that there have been results.
okay.
So, I'll start with you, Ryan. What is it that you want to manifest, and what is it that you're looking for the universe to bring you?
Well, abundantly, because it's been bringing me some beautiful things as of lately. But just to really just live my dreams and
Mm-hmm.
do what I'm doing. Like
Mm-hmm.
I love when I'm doing what I love to do.
Mm-hmm.
Which is just everything, teaching, fashion, kids, writing, the gym, just everything I love to do. I just want to stay in this place I'm at right now, but abundantly, like more of it, more joy, more happiness, more creativity. I love to perform and travel and do that whole thing. So being in Coffee Brown is definitely going to give me that opportunity to reach the people how I've always wanted to. So yeah, just a bigger impact, just more of everything.
Nice.
Yeah.
Miss V?
So for me, I want to be blessed in every aspect of my life. I want peace. I want joy. I want clear mind, understanding. I want God to continue to move through me so that I can be able to give to the people. I want everybody that is around me to be in good space. I want joy
Mm.
because when you have joy and when you have peace, everything else will come to you.
Yeah.
If
Amen.
you have a
Yes.
confused mind, if everything is in clutter and everything is in disarray, it can't your blessings can't rest on you.
Mhm.
So I
Right.
want God to continue to keep me open, free, with joy. And
Mm,
everything else I know, because it's already happened, will continue to flow my way.
Absolutely.
mm.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes,
Amen.
yes. So I will tell you this before I let you go. The last group that I had on here, uh, which was another configuration put back together, was Brownstone.
Oh,
Brownstone came back together.
okay.
Shout out to my good friend Nikki Gilbert.
Okay.
Brownstone came back together, and they received a Grammy nomination since that point. So
Wow.
my manifestation while you're on here is I'm wanting all of that to happen for you.
Thank
I want you
you.
guys to excel and soar, and I hope this resurgence of Coffee Brown is greater and bigger than it was before.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you
this
so
is a
much.
big hug
Yes.
from me
Thank
to
you.
you.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank you
receiving
so
it.
much.
Yes.
Thank you,
Yes.
thank you, thank you.
Before you leave, shout out your social medias and where people can find you. V, you go first.
So you can find us at Coffee Brown Music via Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, uh, TikTok,
Facebook,
Facebook,
TikTok.
all of those.
Yes.
Coffee
Okay.
Brown Music.
Okay. And Ryan, you want to shout out
Yes.
anything?
Yes. I first of all, before I shout anything out, for everybody that's in this chat right now, V and I would like to make an announcement.
Oh, yes, 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 almost forgot.
Exclusive, exclusive.
Exclusive. No. We would like to announce that tonight at midnight we will be releasing a cover of the classic "Make It
Make,
Last"
make
by
it last forever.
Teased. "Make It Last Forever."
Yeah.
So it will be available on our YouTube channel. So please go and subscribe.
Yes,
Coffee Brown Music on YouTube, and
please.
exclusively at midnight you will be able to hear our new cover. It isn't our new official single. This is a
It's
bit
just a
of a
cover. It's just something for
a
y'all to listen to and be
little
like,
teaser.
sing y'all.
You know what I'm saying? It's a bit of a teaser, but we do have an official song coming very, very soon.
Yes,
But this is like the warm up. So check that out
absolutely.
midnight for sure.
Well, I've heard a little bit of that warm up, and you do it justice. Keith
Thank
Thank
you
wouldn't be
very
mad.
much.
He
thank you.
would
Thank,
not be mad.
thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much.
Any people you want to shout out? I'm sorry. I forget about the people sometimes. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. There's so many people to shout out. First of all, shout out everybody in the chat right now. And I want to also shout out everybody who's been helping us along this way. First of all, we got Freeze, we
Mhm.
got Dice, we got Tramp, we got KG, we got Vinny, we got Ulysses, we got Eric, we got the other Eric. You know what I'm saying? Who else we got, V?
We got Savoy, we
We
have
got the
Mark, we have,
boy, we got
yeah,
Mark.
yeah, yeah,
Who
yeah.
else we got? Who else we
We
got?
have so many
And
people. We thank
we
Jesus.
we want to thank Jesus. We want to thank everybody for their support over
All
these
of
20
our
years as
fans, all
well.
of our fans, thank you for your love. Thank you for your love.
Hmm.
Thank you for your support. Thank you for being interested and still seeing us, talking with us,
Yep.
vibing with us. We thank you so much. We
Thank
thank you.
y'all.
We thank you.
Hmm.
We thank you.
All the DJs, of
Oh
course, who've been
yes,
playing after
all the
parties for the
DJs.
past 20 plus years.
Yes.
Just
Hmm.
thank you guys.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And we thank you.
Oh,
We
Yeah,
thank you. We
of
thank
course.
you. We thank you. We thank
Thank
you.
you
We
for
thank
having
you.
us.
listen.
Absolutely.
My hashtags for my brand are art matters, great art inspires, and coffee brown. Just even alone with after party has sprinkled some nutrients into my life. And so I'm always going to be an artist advocate because I believe art is the foundation of life. I think that we probably wouldn't be the beings that we are if we didn't have art in our lives.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's just how I feel.
true.
Absolutely. I agree.
Very true.
I agree.
And I want to thank everybody that tuned in to the live because you didn't have to be here, but you were. And I thank you for having interest in Coffee Brown because it is in my interest for people like these two to thrive and continue giving us that good.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank
Thank you so much. We really appreciate
you.
Blessings to
it.
you both, and thank you for picking me.
Of
Thank
course.
you for picking
Thank you for picking
us.
us, right?
Absolutely. And blessings upon blessings to you and all of
Thank
you
you,
that are
thank you,
watching. Thank you.
thank you,
Thank you
thank you.
guys. But
See you
this is
guys.
dope. Thank you.
talk soon. So when you start to make numbers and you start to tour around on your radio tours and stuff, I'd like for you to come back and talk to me.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Very
All
soon.
right.
Absolutely. You
All
got
right.
it.
Take care.
Thank you. Have a good
All
night,
right,
guys.
You as
y'all.
well.
Have a good
Peace.
night, y'all. All right,